Hi, everybody. Can you hear me okay? Hello, welcome. We are so excited to have all of you here today to celebrate the New York State Pollution Prevention Institute. I know our invite I had a ton of people asking, what is this announcement? Well, we have a small announcement today, but are really here to celebrate the work of New York State Pollution Prevention and looking forward into the next 5 years. So before we start, again, my name is Kate McCardle. I'm the Community Outreach Coordinator here for many of you. It's wonderful to see so many of our colleagues here from RIT, but many of our partners across the state that traveled from Albany or other parts, Ithaca, across the state to come and celebrate with us today. I'd like to thank you and also recognize some of our wonderful elected officials that are here, specifically Harry Bronson, who came today. Thank you so much. And we have a representative from Senator Gallivan's office here as well. And we'd love to really thank Sarah Clark from U.S. Senator Kirsten Gillibrand's office is here. She's waving her hand in the back. We really thank all of you for being here, and a representative, I think, in the audience from Andrew Cuomo's office as well. So thank you. And I have the pleasure and the honor today of introducing Nabil Nasser, who most of you in the room probably don't need an introduction, but I'm still going to introduce you to him for those of you that don't know. Nabil is the Associate Provost for Academic Affairs and the Director of the Golisano Institute of Sustainability here at RIT. He also founded the RIT Center for Remanufacturing and Resource Recovery, which has been a leading source of applied research and solutions in remanufacturing technologies. Dr. Nasser, if that wasn't enough, has developed really strong ties throughout the industry through efforts to implement and improve sustainable design and remanufacturing processes at hundreds of companies across very diverse sectors. Dr. Nasser's research interests focus on remanufacturing, circular economy, life cycle engineering, cleaner production, and sustainable product development, and he is considered an international leader of research and development efforts in those disciplines. Dr. Nasser serves as a member of the International Resource Panel of the UN Environmental Program, and he's recently led the proposal development effort, which resulted in the selection of the Golisano Institute of Sustainability to lead the national consortium for the Remade Institute, where he also serves as the CEO. Without further ado, Nabil Nasser.
Good afternoon. I shouldn't say anything after this wonderful introduction now, so in any case, I really want to express my sincere appreciation for all of you to come here today and share with us this exciting announcement and exciting opportunities that we have that we will all be talking about here today. So thank you all very, very much for being here. Many of you have been partners with our Pollution Prevention Institute program for many years. We appreciate that very much. This is really exciting opportunity for us. The Pollution Prevention Institute started as a dream and an idea to make New York State a leader in the pollution prevention area. And the concept that we actually were all looking at was actually a term that's used a lot internationally. It's called decoupling. How do you couple, how do you advance businesses, how you grow businesses in the meantime in a way that would not have any negative impact on the environment without degrading the environment? How do you ensure that through innovation, through advanced work, how do we actually achieve that in a very positive way and ensure that we actually help our businesses in a partnership through a significant partnership? We were fortunate to have to win the competitive award to start the institute 10 years ago. We formed the team, and the team that we formed did an amazing job in carrying out our goal and our mission and making sure that we do everything in a close partnership with the businesses, with the industry that we work with. So 10 years of hard work. We have a lot of data to show the impact that was done to build the institute, to build the process, to build the trust And I want to express my sincere appreciation for the team that actually have carried out this mission and goals for many, many years now. And now we had another cycle of competition, and we also were selected to lead the next phase of P2I, what I call P2I 2.0. To expect great things from P2I, expect great things from the people that actually made it work the last 10 years. We have wonderful partners, and you will hear from them, and Chuck will talk more about them. We have wonderful partners this round, and we have great goals. So we want to do the right thing. We want to make sure that we partner, and all of you here, as from representatives to advisory board members to industry that have worked with us for years, to our colleagues who actually in other research institutions, we appreciate again this partnership. And again, we look forward to the next phase of the Institute. So I wrote a few comments there, but I really want to emphasize that this model that we have with New York State. We're working with the state government for 10 years now. We are an academic institution. We have wonderful partners that we work with. And this model does work. We actually bring a lot of knowledge and a lot of expertise. We work collaboratively with businesses. We have an advisory board that guide our path. And this formula is great for the state, for the taxpayers, and it is bring great value to the university, and also it's a great training grounds for many of the students actually that work with us. So I am just very excited about the future, about continuing this journey for another 5 years, and hopefully more than 5. But again, I'm just very excited about the state selecting us for the next phase as well. The one thing that I just would like to mention very briefly is that the Golisano Institute for Sustainability started also as a dream, and we have many programs under GIS. The pollution prevention program is really one of our signature programs. So we have several programs. We are by far the largest sustainability or sustainable manufacturing institute in the country. We have a lot of wonderful programs. We have a PhD program in case somebody wants to get another degree. Tell you it's quick. It only takes 5 years and you're out of here. But it's a great program. We have faculty that are well known internationally. So we have academic programs, we have research programs, and we have a vision of really making a difference. We want to be evaluated by the impact that we have, and not by numbers or anything else. The Remade Institute started also as another initiative for the institute. So the Remade Institute the government has 14 national institutes established in areas that deem important to the competitiveness of the U.S. And we led the proposal to develop one of those institutes, and we were very lucky to have a lot of support, including for many of our representatives. And I see my friend Sarah Clark is there, and we had wonderful support, and we won. And RIT is the lead, and now we have an organization. We're hiring a lot of people in case anybody knows of anyone looking for a job. We're hiring a lot of people, and it's led by RIT. We have great universities like Georgia Tech, MIT, and Carnegie Mellon, and Wisconsin, and Utah, and Illinois, and many universities. We have 44 companies, and we have 7 national labs, and we are very, very active in developing transformational technology in the sustainable manufacturing area. All of these portfolios help us to grow and help us to bring leverage to programs like the Pollution Prevention Institute. So I'm gonna stop here, and I'm just gonna say just a few things here. Again, we couldn't have done it without all of you here, without our partners and our friends. We couldn't have done it with the advisory board member, our representatives, and just a few people internally here. I just want to thank our team is wonderful. Don't take my word for it. Talk to those guys. You will see the passion that they have for what they do. I want to thank our partners in government and community relation, Debbie Sandardi, our vice president, who's been a big champion, a cheerleader for this program from the beginning. And I want to thank our leader, Chuck Ruffing, who's actually done a fantastic job of taking P2I to the next level. And Chuck's goal is to make sure that P2I 2.0 has much, much bigger impact than we had before. So he's got this awesome responsibility. So I'm going to turn it back to Kate, and thank you very much again.
Thanks, Nabil. Truly, it is his those dreams and his innovative and incredible leadership that has led us to where we are today. So I'm going to go off script a little bit for Chuck. As Nabil said, Chuck is the New York State Pollution Prevention Institute director, and I was here 4 years ago. I started in 2.5 years ago. We had an opportunity to fill this position, which, as you can imagine, was very competitive, and we had some really strong applicants. And our team was involved very, very intimately in the process of choosing our director. And as someone who has been an advocate mostly in the community and has, of course, raged against industry on paper, I said, I don't think Chuck Ruffing is going to be a good fit. And I said it. I am completely wrong, and I'm so happy to have been wrong in that. And I just wanted to put that out there now, Chuck. Hopefully I still have my job. I might need a PhD, Nabil. Chuck is our director, and over the last 2.5 years, he has been an incredible leader to bring us into this next phase, as Nabil said. He has 21 engineers, staff, and outreach specialists that are reporting directly to him, and he has taken on this next challenge in his career just in an amazing way. He has, before he was here, he is a proven business leader with over 23 years of experience in health, safety, and environmental technical science and management, and is really highly effective at creating the pollution prevention strategies, and we've seen this in the short amount of time with P2I. Chuck held various positions for 20 years at Eastman Kodak Company, and since 2010 held the position of VP Health, Safety, Environment, and Sustainability at Eastman Kodak Company. So it is truly my honor to introduce Chuck Ruffing, our director.
Thanks, Kate. And welcome to everyone. It's a really great day here. Welcome to my fellow presenters. Thank you for taking the time to come out. And it's really a celebratory day for RIT, but I've tried to weave my remarks around the collaborations that make this all possible that Nabil alluded to. Pollution Prevention Institute's governed by an advisory board, and Caitlin Ferrante and Liz Markham have made the trip from Albany to be here with us. There's Liz in the back and Caitlin, there she is. So thank you very much for making the trip. Your guidance is essential in helping us understand the directions to go in. Our advisory board is made up of businesses, academics, government organizations, and NGOs to give us a broad perspective on what are the key areas where we should be focusing and making an impact. We also are partners with the Empire State Development's Manufacturing Extension Partnership Network, which is 11 centers around the state that help businesses grow and expand their technologies. When they have clients that need pollution prevention advice, we're their go-to resource for that. But most importantly, we have our university partners. Our partnership for P2I 2.0 includes a couple of our longtime partners, Rensselaer Polytechnic Institute, which has a Center for Future Energy Systems, and a chem engineering department that's aligned with RAPID, which is another of the national centers like REMADE that Nabil had mentioned. RAPID focused on chemical process intensification. Clarkson University, through their Institute for a Sustainable Environment, is also a partner. And this year, for our next 5 years, we're delighted to have two new partners. SUNY Binghamton which has a high-tech incubator on their campus, Center for Advanced Microelectronics Manufacturing, which helps us impact key businesses in New York, and a Sustainable Communities program that looks at sustainability from a broad perspective. And finally, our last partner for the new round is Cornell's College of Ag and Life Sciences. Julie Suarez is here that you'll hear from later, representing Cornell, their world-class food science program and their extensive network through the Cornell Cooperative Extension. So as you can see, we've built a dream team to go after P2I 2.0, and we're very honored to have partners like this with us. So P2I is coming off a really successful previous 10 years where we expanded programs that touch businesses and communities across the state. We're going to continue our innovative approaches in R&D funding, business assistance, and community grants. And in fact, part of our announcement today is that the new request for applications for community grants that will begin funding on January 1st of 2019 is going to be released today. And you can see our website or corner Kate after this if you'd like some more information on that. Looking forward, we plan to increase our impact by focusing on a couple of key themes. The first is to accelerate our trend to work on sector projects. So rather than working on a company by company basis, can we pull a group of companies together that have similar problems and solve problems for them at the same time? We've done work with the food and beverage industry recently in both food waste and environmental impacts, and these kind of things can have a magnified effect across the state. Secondly, we're going to seek to amplify our results by kind of broader and more effective outreach and education programs. We have a lot of successes that we've built over the last 10 years, and we can take a lot of that knowledge and using social media tools that are available today, webinars, and other ways we can expand that and amplify that message across the state. And then finally, we're going to look to attract new and diverse funding streams to the Institute. As Nabil said, we want to grow our impact. We want these funding streams to leverage the investment that the state's made with us, perhaps expand into programs that our Environmental Protection Fund funding can't by law go to, and otherwise improve the long-term viability of P2I. So I'm going to close by thanking a bunch of people that made all of this possible. First of all, to Kate and Bonnie Wright, Mark Lamandola, Tim Heck, and Sarah Koslow, who helped put this specific event together. So thank you very much for that. To the entire Pollution Prevention Institute staff who've worked tirelessly over these 10 years to make the impacts that we're talking about today. To the RIT staff, both Nabil's team that support us with things like finance and proposal development, and then across the Institute for services that help us maintain compliance with all that needs to do to get with state funding. To Nabil for his vision in starting the Pollution Prevention Institute and pushing the ship off of the dock as we sail into these new waters. To government officials that support this model in their policies, to the MEP and university partners, and to the New York DEC that has shown their confidence in us in running the program by allowing us to move forward with the next round. So thank you all for your attendance, and I appreciate you coming out. I have the pleasure of introducing our next speaker. We're honored to have Assembly Member Harry Bronson with us, who represents the district here that includes RIT and Henrietta. Assembly Member Bronson's been one of P2I's strongest advocates. As we were waiting for the announcement, he was very helpful in making some phone calls for us to try to figure out what was going on. And our mission of improving environmental impacts around the state while promoting economic development is very much in sync with what the Assembly Member advocates for in New York State. So we're very appreciative of him making some time, and he's going to make a few remarks for us.
Thank you, Chuck. and Kate and Nabil and all of the partners who are part of P2I. This is such an important program. It's an important program not only because it helps businesses and helps our communities, because it is vitally important for us to protect our environment today, because we are the stewards of the earth right now, but it's for our children and our grandchildren. And so your work is to help businesses and our community here in New York State, to help them understand ways that they can better have processes that will be environmentally friendly, that will continue to allow the companies to be productive and profitable, but not to harm our environment. And as I understand from Kate talking to her earlier, part of P2I 2.0 is to expand your outreach. So the grant proposals that people will be submitting applications for will include going to other higher education institutions to help them educate further people and making sure that we protect our environment. So for me, this is an easy sell. It's an easy sell because I'm a social justice guy, and social justice and racial justice and criminal justice and environmental justice go hand in hand. We absolutely, if we want to have people have full equality and opportunities to succeed, then they have to be in a safe environment to do that. And a safe environment includes a safe environment where we're not subjecting them to toxic chemicals, we're not subjecting them to substances that will harm them. So I really support this program. I've supported it. I've been in the Assembly for 8 years. I think this was one of the first programs that Debbie approached me on. And we've been working hand in hand for the past 8 years, pretty intensely over the last month or so. But congratulations to P2I. Congratulations for another 5-year grant contract, and congratulations on the work that you've done. And to everyone, thank you for what you've done to make both our community and our company a little bit more green. Thanks so much.
Thank you so much, Assemblymember Bronson. It's such a pleasure and honor to have you here. As Chuck mentioned, we are constantly working with the New York State Department of Environmental Conservation and with their guidance, moving P2I forward. And we're happy to have today Regional Director Matt Marco with us, who came from Syracuse, to say a couple of things about DEC. Matt is a New York State licensed professional engineer and an American Academy of Environmental Engineers board certified environmental engineer. So he knows the ropes, he knows what we're doing. And in 2008, Mr. Marco was appointed by the New York State governor to serve as a trustee for the SUNY College of Environmental Science and Forestry, where he continues to serve as chairman. He is well known for his presentations and publications on civic infrastructure, specifically green stormwater infrastructure, and embracing a style of adaptive management. Thanks so much for coming, Matt.
Thank you. I just want to start off by saying there's a couple of chairs that I see available. If anybody wants to sit down, I don't think I'm going to be any more than 45 minutes. So it is great to see this great turnout. Good afternoon. Thank you, Nabil and Chuck, for hosting this afternoon's event. Thank you, Kate, for that warm introduction. Congratulations to RIT and their partners for being awarded the New York State Pollution Prevention Institute contract. I'm greatly pleased to be amongst the honored guests. It was great to meet the Assemblyman Harry Bronson today. I loved your remarks. Thank you. And all of the other distinguished guests that are here today. Thank you. I additionally would like to recognize the representatives from both the business and environmental advocacy communities that are here today. Their strong mutual presence and support at this event is a testament to the mission of the Pollution Prevention Institute and the ability to find common ground and mutual success. Finally, thank you to the team at RIT and their partners at RPI, Clarkson, Cornell, Binghamton, and the manufacturing extension partnerships that work so hard to assist organizations in New York to prevent pollutions. Today, we gather to recognize a renewed commitment on behalf of the DEC and P2I. It is a renewal that recognizes the need for bringing cutting-edge technological services to our state's businesses. It's a renewal that recognizes the need to protect our natural resources for future generations. It's one that recognizes that tomorrow's problems may not be solved with today's solutions. After decades of service, DEC is pleased to enter into the second phase of its relationship with P2I. For the past 10 years, you've been driving businesses and organizations to move beyond regulatory compliance, to strive for something greater, to turn innovative ideas into sustainable solutions, and to address our problems at their source, not the end of the pipe. I commend you on that. The department recognizes the efforts of the Institute. We recognize your 10 years of bringing superior service to all corners of our state, 10 years of bringing high-tech solutions to our state's businesses, 10 years of providing professional training to our workforce, and 10 years of fostering community grant programs. Because of the Institute's hard work and dedication, New York's environment has witnessed tremendous gains, and businesses in our state are better positioned to compete in the global market. These achievements are a testament to the hard work of your staff and your partners, and we thank you for your effort. With a strong foundation in place, we look forward to building upon those efforts. Many of you knew Jeff Sama, DEC's former Director of Environmental Permits and Pollution Prevention. He was a stalwart of the Institute's mission. He shepherded the Institute through its infant days and stayed the course to ensure that this concept came to fruition. When P2I was selected in 2008, he remarked, "We have brought the baby home from the hospital. Now it's time to teach it to walk." Well, Jeff, the baby has grown up and it's running, but now it wants to borrow the keys. At its onset, the initial role of the Institute focused on direct assistance to businesses, applied R&D, workforce training, and community grants. Their role expanded into the realms of green product commercialization, third-party product evaluations, and supply chain assessments. To address the state's food waste problem, the Institute now provides a suite of services to large generators like colleges, institutions, stadiums, and hospitals to prevent and divert waste. Looking ahead, the Institute will leverage its resources and expertise to advance our understanding of approaches to prevent emerging contaminants, such as perfluorinated chemicals and 1,4-dioxane, from reaching our environment. These hazardous chemicals can leach into our waterways and aquifers, putting precious drinking water supplies at risk. That's my business, if you caught that from the introduction, and I greatly commend that work. P2I will be a valuable resource that New York can draw upon in our fight against these emerging sources of contamination. 2018 promises to offer a full slate of challenges for P2I. To achieve these important objectives, RIT has assembled a new team of talented partners, a dream team of engineers, chemists, business managers, outreach specialists, and educators. The 11 manufacturing extension partnerships with their statewide reach have signed on for phase 2, as have mainstays Clarkson University and RPI. Cornell and SUNY Binghamton have added their names to the roster to formulate an impressive array of public and private university resources. Their combined expertise will enable us to tackle many great challenges. I applaud your achievements and look forward to your continued success. On behalf of Commissioner Basil Sagos and the entire DEC, congratulations. Your work has been recognized and is appreciated. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Matt. And for the record, I think we're still a tween. So we're 10, so we'll try and go into our adolescence being well behaved. We'll try. But that was nice to be heard that we're part of a dream team, but really looking outward and looking at our new partnerships, we really saw this next guest as as part of a dream team. And we're so excited to have Julie Suarez here as our next guest. Julie is the Associate Dean for Government and Community Relations within the College of Agriculture and Life Sciences at Cornell University. And her responsibilities include strengthening the connections between New York's land-grant college policymakers and the community large, bringing science to the forefront in food, agriculture, and life science. I promise to keep it short. Do you see how she's coming at me here? I make most of my promises, but this one I'm not gonna. She serves on the New York State Food Policy Council as well as the Governor's Anti-Hunger Task Force, the Office of General Services Procurement Council, and is on the board of directors for the New York Wine and Grape Foundation. One of our favorites. We like that one. But if you know Julie, Julie is known around the state for her unique combination of skill, expertise, tremendous energy, and tireless dedication for fostering the well-being of New York agriculture, and we are so looking forward to working with her in the future. Julie.
Thank you so much, and thank you, Kate, for that very generous introduction. I have to say that was not so short, so now the next P2I event we have, we'll have to do it on the Cornell campus, and I promise to have really long introductions, just for Kate. So thank you again, and good afternoon. On behalf of Cornell's College of Agriculture and Life Sciences, I can't express how very grateful and how pleased we are to be joining this wonderful partnership. You know, this really is a dream position for us at Cornell Cal, so we really appreciate that. It's been our privilege and our pleasure to be New York State's land-grant institution for over 150 years. And so with that land grant status, we like to say that collaboration and cooperation is actually embedded into the very heart and soul of our faculty. And if it's not, we like to train it. And so with that perspective, we're so pleased to be cooperating with RIT and all of our other academic partners, and of course, continuing that cooperation and collaboration with New York State. I'd like to share just 2 points with you. The first is that we already have very strong connections with RIT. In fact, today on our Geneva campus, because Cornell does have a Geneva research station, we have our plant scientists, along with scientists from RIT, who are actually taking a look at imaging technology and how we can use RIT's imaging science expertise to better detect plant diseases that are really troubling our state's farmers in today's very difficult issues of climate change. So we'd like to see those collaborations occurring and then continuing to build and really truly take this to the next level, as Chuck and many other partners have said. Just one quick fact for you to know today, because I think sometimes in all the news cycle, it's hard to remain optimistic, right? But here in this room today, we're sitting in the heart of the Finger Lakes, and I'm really happy to say that one of the strongest industries we have in the Finger Lakes and in New York State is actually our food and beverage industry. In fact, USDA ERS, Economic Research Services, just released their 2017 statistics. And for those of you who may want to really rock the next round of ag trivia in your Friday night parties or book clubs, I'm happy to say that you now know that ag trivia in New York State climbed the rankings. So now we need a big shout out because New York State is now ranked second in the nation for the number and depth of our food processors and food manufacturing. This is a really big change for us. I remember 20 years ago, we were not ranked second in the nation. So it's wonderful to see that. And so from a Cornell perspective, we also know that the USDA has also ranked the issue of food waste as one of the most troubling challenges that we face today from an agricultural perspective, from a nutrition perspective, and from a sustainable manufacturing and disposal perspective. So we're really pleased to be able to bring Cornell Cal's food science expertise, our plant scientists, and our wonderful food systems and life sciences expertise to help RIT as we all endeavor to make the state a better place to live, a better place to work, and a more environmentally sustainable state for us. So thank you again for this wonderful partnership. Thanks, of course, to the governor, to our elected leaders, to Harry Bronson, of course, to New York State DEC, and a huge thank you to RIT for letting us be part of this today. So appreciative of the opportunity to work together and looking forward to the innovations that are going to come from the future.
Thank you, Julie, for the trivia. We're going to crush it at book club and trivia night. So finally, our last speaker today really encompasses all of these themes that we're talking about. with all of these new partnerships and looking forward. And we're so excited to have Ann Sherman here with us today, who is the Director of Operations and Sustainability at Stash, which is a local Rochester-based design and manufacturing firm, which serves a wide range of corporate clients with sustainable operations as a foundation of their work. Stash is a certified B Corp, and if you don't know what that is, you can ask later, I'm sure, earning recognition as a Best for the Environment honoree every year since 2013, and is also a FSC certified chain of custody manufacturing facility. Anne proudly is an alumni of RIT, receiving her Bachelor of Arts in Interior Design, and after receiving her Master's of Science in Sustainable Design from Philadelphia University, returned to RIT to study sustainable architecture at the Golisano Institute for Sustainability. And she completed there a concentration of managing for sustainability at the Saunders School of Business. Her unique background and skill sets have helped her establish a unique niche at the intersection of design, sustainability, and business, and helped Stash establish recognition as a leader in sustainable design and manufacturing while growing nearly 400% when she joined the company in 2012. And exciting, Anne is also a founding member of the leadership committee for Measure Up Finger Lakes, which is a multi-stakeholder initiative sponsored by P2I for businesses that are dedicated to inspiring positive change in the Finger Lakes region by improving impact in 4 key areas: people, operations, community, and the environment. Anne, come on up.
Hi, everyone. Thank you so much for being here today, and congratulations to P2I for this awesome recognition and continuation of the fantastic work that they're doing here. You know, as was mentioned, I have a really long history with RIT. When I was an undergrad here and graduated in 2006, P2I wasn't here, and I didn't have the benefit of the great work that they're doing now. But it's been such a pleasure to work with P2I on a number of different fronts over the course of my time at Stash, and to help develop the community around us, as well as the business that I work for. As I mentioned, you know, the company I work for, actually, I don't know that I mentioned this, but Stash was actually founded in the halls of RIT in the Industrial Design Department by Seth Eshelman. And 12 years later, we're still here in Rochester, in part because of the fantastic services that are provided to us, like organizations like P2I and the many collaborators in the community as well. So, you know, I always think about, this is like maybe dating myself, but when I was a kid, you know, I became fascinated with sustainability very early. And what was it? I think I wrote it down here, but I'm not really looking at my notes. It's think globally, act locally. And that's something that's really stuck with me my entire life. And so I think about sustainability and the impact that we have as having a real global outreach. But really the important factor and where the rubber meets the road is in the way that we implement that in our communities. And so it's been a pleasure to receive the help that we have from P2I, particularly at Stash. They did an awesome comprehensive review of our processes and our marketing, and all sorts of things, getting ready to move into a new facility, which we're very proud of. And then also with the work that we're doing with Measure Up, which to me represents that local aspect of really putting our money where our mouth is. And I've heard a lot of talk about collaboration and about expanding our impact, the importance of social and environmental justice, and how those two are intricately tied to one another. So I'm really pleased to be here and to congratulate P2I, and I look forward to learning more about the other colleges and representatives that are supporting P2I in their work moving forward. And thank you all so much for having me here. I also want to give recognition to the many people at RIT who have helped bring me here today. I won't go through a long list of names, but a number of you are here in the room. I don't think she's here today, but Dr. Sandra Rothenberg from the Saunders Institute of Sustainability, Dr. Callie Babbitt, who I don't believe is here either. And of course, Trish and Kim and Kate and Sarah, I'm not sure if she's here, and Missy as well. Thank you all so much Congratulations.
For all of you that are hungry and would like a drink, it's 1:58, Chuck, so we did it. Real briefly, two things. First of all, as Chuck announced, he was kind of quiet when he did it, but the Community Grants Program RFA is released. It'll be up on our website this afternoon. There are some hard copies out on the desk, but we're very excited to be putting this RFA out today, and applications will be due in the middle of September for those of you that I'm sure are going to email me. This is being recorded right now, so this will go out onto social media later this afternoon. If you want to share the video, if anyone couldn't make it, you can certainly share the video and let them see all of these great speakers as well. So that will be up on our website and on our Facebook page later. So now we're going to release you to go mingle and get to know one another. I challenge all of you in the room, in the interest of building new partnerships, to try to meet up to 3 new people. I know it's hard because most of us in this room know each other, but try to meet up to 3 new people and connect and make those connections possible. There will be, we're trying to get as close to zero waste as we can. So if you happen to have food waste, which I'm sure you won't, Impact Earth is here, and there's a small compost bucket there. But again, thank you so much to all of our wonderful partners. Thank you for coming today. Great.